Good morning, everyone. My name is Jaime Villarano III, your stat and prob teacher for today, and today we will be discussing about the problems involving mean and variance. Now, without further ado, let's get started. First, in order for us to find the mean, it has a symbol of a mu, which looks like a mu in mathematical symbol. We have a formula of e of x is equals to the summation of x multiplied by f of x. And in order for us to find the variance, which is the symbol of the sigma squared, we have a formula of v of x is equals to the summation of e minus e of x squared multiplied by f of x, and we also have a second formula which is v of x is equals to ex squared minus e multiplied by the quantity of x squared. We have to square the e multiplied by x first, and then we square in order for us to find the variance. For the standard deviation, which is a symbol of a sigma, we have a formula of SD x is equals to the square root of v of x. Now, without further ado, let's move to the first example. Find the number of times a girl must brush her hair every day, given the probability distribution of 0.6, 0.70, 0.20, 0.03, 0.01. We already have a table in here, as you can see. Now, for our x, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the v of x, which we put our probability distribution. And first, we must find the x multiplied by the p of x. In order to find that, we multiply the x values to the p of x values. Now, multiplying them, 0 multiplied by 0.6 is 0, 1 multiplied by 0.70, 0.7, 2 multiplied by 0.20, 0.4, 3 multiplied by 0.03 would be 0.09, and 4 multiplied by 0.01 would be 0.04. Now, in order for us to find the mean, we must only add all of the numbers in the x multiplied by p of x column. That would be 0 plus 0.7 plus 0.4 plus 0.09, sorry, and plus 0.04, giving us a result of 1.23 as our mean. Now, in order for us to find the variance, we must first find the x squared and the x squared multiplied by p of x. In order for us to find these two newly found columns, we must first square the x in order for us to find the x squared, which is very easy. It's only 0, 1, 4, 9, 16 by squaring 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in order for us to find the x squared multiplied by p of x, we must only multiply the x squared, which was the given that we got now, and the p of x, which was the probability distribution that we have previously from the problem. Now, after multiplying those numbers, we have 0, 0.7, 0.8, 0.27, and 0.16. Now we have our mean, 1.23, sorry, and our mu x squared is equals to 1.93. And what will we do with these two given results is to find the variance. And in order to find the variance, we will be using the formula of sigma squared is equals to mu x squared minus mu x squared. Outside, the squared is outside. So substituting the values would be 1.93 minus 1.23 squared. And by solving the 1.23 squared, we will be given 1.51, basically 1.93 minus 1.51. And by substituting those values, we would have 0.42 as our variance. Now, in order to find the standard deviation, we would only have to square root the variance. Now, this is how they do it, which is sigma is equals to the square root of sigma squared, and then we substitute the values, which is basically sigma is equals to 0.42, and then after square rooting, we have a result of sigma is equals to 0.64, and then by rounding off to the second nearest number we would have a result of 0.65. That's how you solve problems. That's how you solve problems involving mean and variance. Now, to our second question, which I only took from the video lesson, we have this. Find the mean of the random variable z, representing the number of male teacher per senior high school. We also have this probability distribution, which is 40, 32, 11, 9, 8%. They're all percent, so we have to convert them to decimals first. The decimal value of 40% is 0.40, 32 is 0.32, 11 is 0.11, and 9% is 0.09%, and the 8% would be 0.08%. Now, our z would also be different compared to the first example. Our x started with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in the second example, we were now given 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, in order for us to find the mean, as we can see in this table right here, we use the probability distribution and the z values in order to, we multiply both of them in order to find the z multiplied by pz. Just like in the first example, only changing the letters into z in this problem. Now adding all of those numbers would give us the, now adding all of the numbers in z multiplied by pz would give us a result of 4.13. Now in our second table, we would have this. We would have an extended version of the first one, which has now has z squared and z squared multiplied by p of z. Now in order for us to solve that, just like in the previous problem, in the first example, we find z squared by squaring the values on z, and z squared multiplied by p of z by multiplying the values that we've gotten from z squared to the p of z. Now, after finding those values, we would have in the z squared and multiplied by p of z, we would have an answer of 3.60, 5.12, 2.75, 3.24, and 3.92. Now, as we've already found previously, the mean would be 4.13, and after adding the z squared multiplied by p of z, we would have a 18.63. Now, in order to find the variance, it would be no different from the first example. We have to use that same formula, and we substitute the values, 18.63 minus 4.13 squared. And then we substitute the numbers, and 18.63 minus 17.06, the result of squaring 4.13 squared, would be 1.57. That's our variance. And for our standard deviation, we would only have to square the variance, which is sigma is equals to the square root of sigma squared, and sigma, by substituting again, we have sigma is equals to 1.57, and after square rooting, we have sigma is equals to 1.25, and by rounding off to the nearest hundreds, we would have a result of a standard deviation is equals to 1.25. And that's all for today, and I hope you learned something, and goodbye.